Welcome to Union News, your guide to what's happening in the UK trade union and labour movement. Reporting is by Pat Harrington and music is by Tim Bragg. In this week's episode, Byron Court Primary School faces privatisation battle amid Harris Federation controversy, retail sales take a drenching, heavy rain and cost pressures hit shoppers, Scotland Council workers reject Derisory pay offer, threatened summer strikes, fire Brigades Union vows to hold Labour accountable on Anti-Strike Law Repeal. Education unions demand immediate publication of STRB report and pay offer, and finally Workers' Party and independent left candidates, a powerful alternative in the 2024 general election.
Byron Court Primary School faces privatisation battle amid Harris Federation controversy. Byron Court Primary School in North London is at the centre of a heated battle over privatisation plans. The community school, located in Brent, North London, is set to join the notorious Harris Federation Academy chain, a move that has sparked outrage among teachers, parents, and local residents. The controversy began after Ofsted inspectors downgraded Byron Court from an outstanding rating to inadequate last November. The inspection report highlighted issues of bullying, racist language, and sexual harassment within the school. Parents lost confidence in the institution, and head teacher Martin Boxall resigned in response to the damning findings. Acting head Richard Sternberg, who was leading the school during the inspection, assured parents that efforts were underway to address the school's challenges. However, the Department for Education, DfE, issued an academy order, mandating that Byron Court become part of the Harris Federation, a multi-academy trust known for its involvement in improving educational standards across London and Essex. The Harris Federation operates 54 primary and secondary schools, directly funded by the DfE and independent of local authority control. Despite the controversy, the Federation aims to transform Byron Court through its expertise and resources. Teachers at Byron Court have taken a stand against the privatisation move. Members of the National Education Union, NEU, went on strike, with further strikes planned for June 4 to 6. NEU National Executive Member Jenny Cooper emphasised that the union would not accept the politicised privatisation of schools. A veteran teacher in Brent expressed concerns about the Ofsted inspection process. According to her, the inspectors were rude, altered the inspection timetable, and denied staff necessary support. The inspection outcome, she argued, unfairly smeared the school staff and served as a tool for academisation. The attempted academisation, however, has faced resistance. The strikes by Byron Court staff have disrupted the Harris Federation's plans. The teacher hopes that the collective effort will deter the Federation from proceeding. A joint statement from Brent NEU and the Save Byron Court Parent campaign revealed that nearly two-thirds of parents want the school to remain a community institution. Staff members share this sentiment, yet they find themselves excluded from discussions about the school's future. The question remains, how can decisions affecting the staff, families, and local community be made without their input?
Retail sales take a drenching, heavy rain and cost pressures hit shoppers. Retail sales in the UK took a nosedive last month, leaving shop owners and economists concerned. The culprit? A combination of relentless rain and mounting cost of living pressures. Across all sectors, sales plummeted by 2.3%. But certain categories felt the brunt of the storm: clothing, sports equipment, furniture, and games and toys. These segments were particularly affected by the inclement weather during April. Clothing and household stores bore the brunt of the decline, experiencing a sharp 4.1% drop, the most significant fall since January 2021. Meanwhile, fashion and footwear retailers alone saw sales dip by 5.1% month-on-month. TUC General Secretary Paul Novak emphasized the importance of local spending to stimulate growth and support businesses. He stated, a sustainable recovery hinges on people's ability to spend in their local economies. However, the retail slump underscores ongoing challenges for families grappling with the cost of living crisis. Millions are tightening their belts, and household budgets remain under immense strain. Despite claims of success from the Conservative government, real wages still lag behind 2008 levels. The British public remains sceptical, well aware that bills continue to rise. An Office for National Statistics survey revealed that 55% of adults reported increased living costs over the past month. Food prices topped the list, cited by 94%, followed by fuel, 61%, and energy bills, 53%.
Scotland council workers reject Derisory pay offer, threaten summer strikes. Council workers in Scotland are gearing up for a potential summer strike after unanimously rejecting what they deem a derisory pay offer. Unite, the union representing these workers, dismissed the proposal put forth by local government body COSLA. The contentious 18-month deal would have provided council staff with a 2.2% increase from April this year, followed by an additional 2% hike in October. However, Unite's General Secretary, Sharon Graham, emphasised that their members deserve better and should not settle for less. Graham McNabb, Unite's industrial officer, echoed this sentiment, stating that the pay offer falls far short of meeting the aspirations of local government workers. Unite also opposes the shift of the pay anniversary date to October, viewing it as a mere delay tactic. COSLA, on the other hand, maintains that their offer is strong, fair, and credible. They argue that severe financial constraints faced by councils necessitate a cautious approach to affordability in the context of a flat cash local government settlement. As tensions rise, Unison, the largest local government union in Scotland, has also recommended that staff vote against the pay deal. Meanwhile, GMB Scotland's local government committee rejected the offer, and their members have already backed strike action in a consultative ballot. A formal ballot for care workers is currently underway.
Fire Brigades Union vows to hold Labour accountable on Anti-Strike Law Repeal. The Fire Brigades Union, FBU, is turning up the heat on Labour, demanding the scrapping of the Tories' controversial minimum service levels legislation. FBU President Ian Murray made this commitment during his opening address at the union's annual conference in Blackpool. Murray, a veteran of such gatherings for over 2 decades, expressed frustration with the state of fire and rescue services. He cited resolutions and policy statements that consistently highlighted the sector's decline, fragmentation, and inadequate infrastructure investment. "We're fighting year after year for the meagre remains on the Treasury table," Murray declared. "It's not even enough to maintain the status quo. We need change, and hopefully, a general election will deliver it." The FBU's focus centres on Labour's promise to repeal the strikes, minimum service levels, act within 100 days if the party secures victory in the upcoming general election. This legislation currently mandates fire and rescue services to operate at 73% capacity during strikes, while control rooms continue normal operations despite industrial action.
Education unions demand immediate publication of STRB report and pay offer. The National Education Union, NEU, NASET, NAHT, and ASCL School Leaders Union have joined forces to call for urgent action from Education Secretary Gillian Keegan. In a joint letter, they demand the immediate release of the School Teachers Review Body's, STRB, recommendations and the government's response. Their key demand: a fully funded, above-inflation pay increase for all teachers and school leaders in September 2024. Anything less, they argue, would be a dereliction of the government's duty to safeguard the education service. The unions warn that any continued failure to invest adequately will exact a heavy political toll at the upcoming general election. The STRB, an independent advisory body, provides recommendations on teachers' and school leaders' pay and conditions in England. Last week, the latest STRB report landed on Keegan's desk. The unions insist that its findings must be made public without delay. In a pointed reference to Keegan's previous commitment to align the STRB process with the school budget cycle, the unions emphasize the urgency of publishing the report. They highlight the critical recruitment and retention challenges faced by the education sector. Delaying the report's release could exacerbate these problems, leading to more teachers and school leaders considering leaving the profession. Research from the NFER and the House of Commons Education Committee underscores the severity of the recruitment and retention crisis. Teaching's competitive position has suffered due to pay cuts worse than those in other professions. Skyrocketing workloads compound the challenges. Evidence supports the case for higher teacher pay increases relative to the wider economy to address teacher supply issues. Moreover, schools have grappled with resource constraints since 2010, with 70% experiencing real terms funding reductions due to government cuts. The Institute for Fiscal Studies estimates that an additional £3.2 billion is needed to restore school spending power to pre-2010 levels. The unions urge the government to prioritise education investment. Their first demand, a fully funded, above-inflation pay rise for educators in September 2024. Failure to meet this crucial step would jeopardise the education service's future. Parents, teachers, and school leaders await Keegan's response. The stakes are high, the government's actions will resonate at the general election.
And finally, Workers' Party and independent left candidates, a powerful alternative in the 2024 general election. As the 2024 general election approaches, voters across the United Kingdom are faced with critical decisions. Amidst the familiar political landscape dominated by the old gang parties, a new force is emerging, the Workers' Party of Britain. Led by the charismatic George Galloway, this party aims to challenge the status quo and provide a fresh alternative for disillusioned voters. Why consider the Workers' Party? The Workers' Party's rallying cry is stalwart support for the Palestinian people and opposition to British complicity in the Gaza genocide. While this issue remains central, the party also addresses a wide range of concerns, from healthcare, NHS, to the economy, crime, and immigration. The economic policies of the party are pro-union and pro-worker. The Workers' Party plans to contest almost every English seat in the upcoming election, making it the largest left-of-Labour electoral challenge in history. Their goal is to have the same impact on Labour as Nigel Farage's Reform Party had on the Tories. With over 500 candidates already in place, they are poised to shake up the political landscape. Independent left candidates. The Workers' Party supports a select group of independent left-leaning candidates. Among them are Jeremy Corbyn, the former Labour leader, who will stand as an independent in Islington North 1, and Andrew Feinstein, chosen by the organised Corbyn-inspired Socialist Alliance, ASISA, to unseat Keir Starmer in Holborn and Street Pancras. These candidates offer an alternative to the mainstream parties. As the election draws near, voters must seriously consider their options. The Workers' Party, with its principled stance and independent candidates, offer a compelling alternative. Whether you are disillusioned with the major parties or seeking a new vision for Britain, the Workers' Party and independent left candidates deserve your attention. Remember, the ballot box is one way to achieve change, and this election presents an opportunity to shape the future of our nation.